Hey everybody, today I'll be reviewing Tell Me Why Chapter 1, from the studio that has permanently removed the word hella from my vocabulary.
Hella yes! Wrong. You got hella cash. I knew it. He's so hella fucking paranoid. You hella saved my life. We would all be hella best friends forever.
DONTNOD is back again with an interactive story game that touches on the progressive topic of transgenderism while following characters that have supernatural powers. Like the Backstreet Boys song, this story's plot ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Now, the purpose of these videos isn't to give you a 45-minute review of every aspect of a game. Plenty of channels do that, and to a lot greater detail than I ever could. These videos are meant to be bite-sized reviews going over my first impressions of a game and things that stuck out to me while I was playing. The goal is to give you my opinion on whether a game is worth the money, and as I do buy all the games myself, I put my money on the line so you don't have to. With that being said, video games are an art, and like any artistic piece, they are subjective and are interpreted and digested differently. No matter what I rate a game, whether it be good or bad, that isn't to say the game is bad itself. It's just my personal opinion based off of my own playthrough. Graphics are up first. Vastly different compared to the cartoonish but stylistically unique art style of the Life is Strange series, DONTNOD has given us a more realistic and genuine take on the world. It's not as graphically intense as most of the AAA games out this year, but they make up for it with smooth gameplay. I played this on my PC on max settings and this game ran beautifully. I rarely, if at all, dipped in frames and had a constant 144 FPS through the whole playthrough. The cutscenes looked great and left me feeling as if I was watching a movie. On top of that, the beautifully staged scenery added a level of immersion that kept me focused on the game itself. I mean, just look at this view. It looks like a painting straight off of Bob Ross's canvas.
A chance to share your world along the way. One day soon, our paths may cross again. Until then, God bless, my friend.
May the legend rest in peace. Now we get to the highlight of the game, the story. Now I really enjoyed the Life is Strange series, more so Life is Strange 2 compared to Life is Strange 1, and the devs do it again with another fantastic story that keeps you interested throughout the whole playthrough. Now without spoiling anything, I'll try to give a quick rundown of Chapter 1's plot. Chapter 1 takes place in Alaska and revolves around twins, Allison and Tyler Ronan, as they explore the mysterious circumstances around their mother's death. Allison and Tyler aren't your average twin siblings though, as they have the ability to communicate with each other through their thoughts and can even physically manifest their own memories. The story starts with Tyler coming back to town to help Allison clean out their deceased mother's home, getting it ready to put it up for sale. While doing a little spring cleaning, the twins reminisce about the past and remember past traumas that occurred during their childhood, and add more questions regarding the circumstances behind their mother's death. The character of Tyler is especially heartbreaking as you get to see the struggles he faced growing up as a transgender boy. Even as a grown man, townsfolk are still surprised to see his transition and interactions feel awkward and uncomfortable. The story was compelling and just mysterious enough to keep me playing. The memories you unlock throughout the game add twists to the plot and reveal that nothing is as cut and dry as it seems. Now to gameplay. Like most interactive story games, gameplay is simple and pretty cut and dry. You run around, look at objects, and follow a linear path that the devs lay out right in front of you. What Tell Me Why it does differently is with the addition of memories and how it plays a role in the puzzle-solving mechanics of the game. Memories serve as a way to flesh out background information on the characters and provide clues to help advance the plot of the story. I found these memories enjoyable enough as they added a level of depth to the two siblings. There was even a section of the game where Allison and Tyler remembered a scene differently and you were left to decide which memory to play off of. Another cool gameplay aspect was looking through the storybook that Allison and Tyler made as kids to solve a puzzle that opened up their mother's bedroom door. And if you get stuck and can't really figure it out, you can always just do what I did on my first playthrough and just bust the door open with force. But if you do this, you'll miss out on the cool psychedelic light show that happens if you do figure it out.
Boom. We're in.
The sad thing is that I can't say much on the gameplay because of how vanilla it is. Besides the new powers, this gameplay doesn't have much to offer. You'll be spending most of your time just guiding your character and pressing A or the left click button depending on what you're playing on. Hopefully the devs decide to put more puzzle solving gameplay into Chapter 2, as those aspects made the gameplay of Chapter 1 halfway decent. My final verdict. DONTNOD has done it again with an enthralling story with twists and turns that give M. Night Shyamalan a run for his money. That being said, that's all I can really say. The story is good and kept me wanting to know more, but the gameplay leaves more to desire. The gameplay is slow and too simple for my taste. There were instances where after I was done talking to a character, I was left to just twiddle my thumbs waiting for the game to decide that enough time has passed for me to move on. That, with a lack of diversity and puzzle solving, left for a bland playthrough. Most dialogue doesn't seem to change or have a greater impact in the story, with exceptions to some which are indicated with a glowing sparkle on the right hand side. With lackluster game mechanics, Tell Me Why relies heavily on the storytelling aspect, and that definitely is not a bad thing. I found the story interesting and well written enough that I dealt with the mediocre gameplay and had me wanting to play more to uncover the truths behind the plot. Now for my final judgment, I would recommend this game to those that like these type of interactive story games, but I would say to wait if you can for it to go on sale. On this channel, I rate games on a scale of 5 and I would give DONTNOD's Tell Me Why 3.5 Goblin Books out of 5. Now DJ, play my shit.
Now officially my apprentice. Within 3 years, I'll make you a full...
I heard what happened to Master Jiraiya. All I ever wanted was to have him keep watching over me.